Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faltai's Apothecary. You are here today to watch the video of our weekly astrology forecast. It's basically what I like to call my Cliff Notes version of the week. Sorry, let me turn that sound off. And so we're just gonna go over real quick what the astrology is going to be for the week. Obviously, I can't go into detail about everybody's chart. It would not be possible in a video. But yeah, so we're going to do that today. Before we get started, we're going to smudge a little, if I can get a little piece here, a little piece at the bottom of my bowl. Actually, it's not a bowl, it's a shell. But playing with fire. All right, so some for you guys. My heater just kicked on. Some for me. I do apologize in advance for this video. There is probably going to be sniffling and maybe some sneezing, and my eyes are watering. So yeah, spring is here. Allergies are here. So please bear with me, and I apologize in advance. But all right, and let's go ahead and pick a new card for the week. So last week's card was a blessing to bring prosperity. So we'll go ahead and put that card back, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know why. It's just that's the one I feel like I need to pull out. All right, we've had this one quite a few times, I think. So a blessing of the waters. So I will get a picture of that up, and I usually do a little write-up for it. And that will be on the Facebook group, which is Lady Faltai's Light Healers. So if you want to see that card and see the write-up that I do about it, which is usually post before noontime today. I don't usually have an exact time, but usually before noontime. And again, that's at the group Facebook group page, which is Lady Faltai's Light Healers. So you can head over there if you're interested in that. And other than that, we can go ahead and get started. I will tell you this week is going to be a little challenging, okay? But nothing we can't handle. And this is exactly, why these videos are done. I love to tell you guys when it's a great day and it's going to be a great day to do social events, or it's a great day to do business stuff, or a great day to do a project or things like that. But really, the purpose of this video way back when it first started was to have a heads up of the not so good days, right? So there's going to be a couple in here this week, but we're going to know about them. We're going to be prepared for them, and it's going to be okay. So don't freak out, okay? We're going to start today, Monday, I was going to say August. That would be nice. April 17th. The moon is entering Aries. Aries is our assertive people. That happens to be my sun sign, my rising sign. So assertive, bold, intense, all of that energy is going to be coming through today. It's a really good day to do any kind of project that you feel passionate about. So probably not like cleaning the oven unless you're really passionate about that. But yeah, any project that you're just really passionate about doing, today would be a really good day to do that. It's also going to be a good day to do some sort of physical release. So whatever that looks like for you, whether it's jogging, whether it's punching a punching bag, whether it's going for a walk in the woods, whatever that is, to help get some of that assertive, aggressive energy out for you. And so we don't want anger to kind of sneak in there. So that assertive and boldness, intensity can all be used in good ways, but if we let it get out of balance, it can, the assertiveness can be too much, and we can get into a state of being angry or aggressive. So we don't want to do that. So make sure you're just staying in balance. And like I said, a really good way to do that with the Aries energy is some sort of physical activity to kind of get that out for you. So whatever that looks like for you. Um, so, and today's color is off-white. I picked fluorite, and it says find peace within. So, like I said, use that assertiveness, use that intensity to your benefit, but make sure we're keeping it in balance, we're keeping it in check. And so if that's happening, then we need to kind of come back and find peace and center, right? So Tuesday, we have an Aries moon in tension with Mars. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of emotional intensity. There's going to be some, I'll just say, potential for conflict against. So we have that Aries energy and Mars energy, and they go together. But when they're in tension, not the greatest. So there's, like I said, there's going to be a lot of emotional intensity, a lot of probably anger, aggression, upsets coming up tomorrow. Like I said, there's probably going to be some conflicts going on tomorrow as well. So, but just stay grounded, do your self-care, and try to remember to use clear and calm communication. That's going to kind of be the key for the whole week, okay? Clear and calm communication. So we're going to try to just be really calm, and we're going to try to be very precise with our words. We're not going to use our words to be hurtful or aggressive. We're going to use them to communicate clearly. So use your words is going to be key this week, okay? But like I said, when we start to feel these emotions coming, these energies taking over, we will have the knowledge to know what to do. Other people that haven't watched my video that are around you don't have that same advantage. So it can be easy to be angry at these people because they don't understand, or it's like, well, you don't know what I know, things like that. But just remember that you do have the advantage, but you also can use that in a helpful way and be like, listen, this is what's going on. Or, if you don't have somebody in your life that you feel like maybe you can explain that to, or isn't going to buy into that. I have a lot of people who they don't believe in anything for astrology wise whatsoever. But we have the power to, when things happen like that, to just kind of step away, back away, lead the conversation in a different direction. Like there's all sorts of things that we can do to stop that from bubbling over and becoming, like I said, aggressive or angry or, downright ugly. So yeah, make sure you're being grounded, make sure you're doing your self-care, you're centering, whatever that again looks like for you, meditation, jogging, going for a walk, whatever, that helps you kind of come back to where you need to be. All right. And Tuesday's color is red, and I picked some hematite to stay grounded. So, and really, yesterday I went out quite a few times. I was doing housework. I was doing stuff in the house, but I was bringing stuff back and forth from the house to outside in the car, in the garage, and whatever. And I was doing it barefoot, so I was getting lots of grounding contact there. I wish I could have just gone out and sat for a little while, but I was walking around barefoot, so I was trying to get in as much grounding as I could. Um, so moving over to Wednesday, the 19th, we have Aries moon in harmony with Jupiter. So we have the Aries energy still, but instead of being in tension with Mars, it's in harmony with Jupiter. So Wednesday should be much better. Jupiter is all about being positive, being optimistic, good luck, all of that stuff. So that energy of the Aries that we have, that assertive intensiveness, we can use that and use a boost of energy to get something done that we need to get done, something that you might be enthusiastic about, or you may feel enthusiastic about something that maybe you hadn't before. Um, and you might feel a little bit like risk taking. So that energy might come through a little bit on Wednesday for you as well. Um, so just be mindful about impulsive actions or impulsive decisions when these energies come through. Like I said, it's great to use the energies to our benefit, but sometimes we will say yes to something or we'll do something, and after we're like, why did I say yes to that? I don't want to really do that. Um, so just be mindful of any impulsive decisions that you might be making or actions that you might be doing. Like I said, you might be feeling like taking a little bit of a risk. If you're normally somebody who would never ever think about going bungee jumping, probably you don't want to just decide on Wednesday you want to go bungee jumping. So, just kind of keep that in mind, right? Because it's always about the balance. Um, but yeah, you can channel it in productive ways for yourself. So, what could you use that boost of energy for? What are you enthusiastic about? That may be something you want to work on Wednesday. So, Wednesday's color is white, and I picked some red jasper. It says take action. So, go ahead and use that energy in a nice, positive, enthusiastic way. So, Thursday, got a lot going on Thursday. So I'm really going to try. I know I said a couple weeks ago I was going to come live for the full moon on Thursday, and I ended up having 3 tests that day. Yeah. And so I just had to study. I couldn't come live, and I felt really bad about it, but I couldn't do it. So I'm really going to try to come live on this Thursday and talk about the new moon. But I don't think I'm going to have any big major tests this week, so it should be okay. But just if it doesn't happen, just know that I do want to do these. Sometimes I have to make a choice, okay? But I'm going to try really hard on Thursday to come back live in the morning and talk about this because there is a lot going on Thursday. So, excuse me, we have a solar eclipse, we have the new moon in Aries, and we have the sun entering Taurus. Yeah. So there's a lot going on there. I'm going to give you today like a really brief cliff note on that. But I'm going to, like I said, try to come live Thursday morning and go over that a little bit more in detail for you. Um, so obviously with the new moon, we're going to work on transformation. There could be some unexpected changes coming. We're definitely going to be wanting to work on manifesting and some grounding. Okay. And then I will come live Thursday morning. Even if I don't have time maybe to do the whole, you know, how I do the tarot and the affirmation and all of that. Even if I don't have time to do that, I will try to come live for at least the astrology part of it, okay? But I will, if I can come live, I should be able to do the whole thing. I'm rambling, sorry. So Thursday's color is yellow, and I picked some malachite. So it's time to transform. So be thinking about the list of what it is you want to be manifesting for Thursday, for the new moon. Just keep a little notebook or on your phone or whatever's easiest for you. Mental list, if that works for you. I try making mental lists, but then I forget what is on them. So it doesn't work for me. I need to write it down. But just make a list of some stuff that maybe you want to be manifesting over the next month or so. And maybe it's a long-term thing. For the longest time, I manifested on joy. Well, I was actually, back up the story just a teeny bit, but for a long time during the full moon, I was trying to release anger. And every month at the full moon, I'd release anger and I'd release anger and I'd release anger. And it was like, okay, this is not working. What am I doing wrong? And then I realized what was missing was at the new moon, I decided I was going to start to call in joy. So instead of focusing so much on just releasing the anger, I was going to focus on calling in joy and happiness. And that kind of worked for me. So it might be something that is a long-term goal for you that you're working on, and just kind of try to think outside the box of maybe what it is that you could try differently. So I was so focused on releasing anger that it never occurred to me that, like, to release that, I needed to call in something else to kind of fill up that space instead of the anger. And so by calling in joy and happiness and seeing the joy in things, and you know, finding happiness in the small things in the day, is what released that anger. Like, kind of filled it up, filled that void, and the anger just kind of went away. So, but anyway, think of some lists. Think of some things you could put on your list of some things you might want to be manifesting for this new moon. So, all right. So Friday the 21st, Mercury's going retrograde. It's not the end of the world, right? We all freak out when we hear that, Mercury going retrograde. And really, Mercury going retrograde has got a bad rap. It's on Facebook a lot. You'll see memes, you'll see posts. You know, you hear people talking about Mercury going retrograde. I'm not sure why Mercury going retrograde got so popular. I don't know if I want to say famous, but all the planets at some time go retrograde, right? And you don't really hear about those too much, but you always hear about Mercury going retrograde. And I don't know if that's because of the communication aspect of it, because it will mess with your internet. It will mess with your wireless devices. It will mess with Facebook. It will mess with all kinds of things. And I don't know if maybe that's why it got so famous and popular, because people really, with all the social networking and stuff, people started figuring out what was going on. I don't know. But anyway, on Friday, Mercury is going retrograde. It's not a super long one this time. It's going to be in retrograde until May 14th. So what's that, about 3 weeks? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 3 weeks. So it's not super long this time. We can do 3 weeks. We've done longer than that. So just a reminder, when Mercury is retrograde, no big decisions, no contracts, no new projects, anything that's going to be like a life-changing kind of thing. When I say no big decisions, it doesn't count. I'm going to switch to creamy peanut butter from chunky peanut butter. But no big life decisions. I don't recommend starting new relationships during this time. But, if it happens, once Mercury goes direct and you still want to be in that relationship, then, that's awesome. I wouldn't recommend any breakups at this time. So if you've got somebody that maybe you've been thinking about breaking up with, that's a little different. There's so many aspects to this. If it's been something that you've been thinking about for a while and it happens during Mercury retrograde, maybe, but no, like all of a sudden you just wake up one day and decide you're going to break up and move out. No big decisions of one day you wake up and decide you're going to quit your job. One day you wake up and decide you're going to just go buy a car. All of those things during Mercury retrograde are probably not in your best interest. So there's going to be some communication problems. That's what Mercury does. So there's going to be miscommunications going on out there again. So again, that's where that clear and calm communication from us comes into play. We really can make a big difference by implementing that in our conversations and just in our daily things that we say, trying not to use offensive words or terms or names, but we should not be using those anyway. But just trying to be really clear and precise. And if you say something and you can see or sense that someone's getting agitated with you, it's okay to stop and be like, listen, what I meant was, or I don't think you took that the way I meant you to take it. I don't think I maybe said that as well as I should have. Things like that, to kind of like start that over again, and kind of maybe the person will go, oh, okay, I get it now, So sometimes, I have to do that in my daily life anyway. My throat chakra is much, much better than it was, but there are still days where it doesn't always work as well as it should. But yeah, so it's also a really good time to practice patience. So, we have to be patient with others. We have to be patient with ourselves. Again, balancing, centering, grounding, all of those things are going to be really important during Mercury retrograde. They're important all the time, but they're going to be super important during that time. And, I like to think of Mercury retrograde as a time to just kind of step back and, reflect and think about things. And maybe this is where I go through plans and be like, well, this is really working well and this isn't working well. So how can we, rearrange that? How can we revise that? So you can take this time and maybe go inward a little bit and spend some time doing some self-care, spend some time, with your thoughts and with your plans and your goals, and use the time wisely that way. Again, don't make any big decisions, but, to some degree, you guys can, be adults and really, kind of be like, okay, this is something that I've been thinking about. This has been something I've been wanting to do. And so to be thinking about them during Mercury retrograde isn't counterproductive. It's the impulsive ones that are really counterproductive. And there's the finalizing things that are not always so great. I've had people. I'm ranting. I know I'm going off here, but I've had people ask me about getting married. They're like, my wedding day is during Mercury retrograde, and I'm like, okay, listen. You've been planning on getting married. You've been with this guy. You've been engaged. You've been planning the wedding for months. Um, this is not a spontaneous decision you made. So I think it's okay to be married during Mercury retrograde. Um, if you and your boyfriend have been together for a while and you guys just wake up one day and be like, let's just get married and go to the justice of the peace and get married. Those are the ones that okay, like just wait 3 weeks and see if you still feel the same. Like what's 3 weeks, right? And see if you still feel the same. If you still feel the same, then go ahead and do it and have a blast, right? So anyway, I could go on and on about Mercury retrograde. If you have questions about Mercury retrograde, please let me know. I will do my best to answer you. And be helpful as much as I can. So I don't want to turn that. I could turn this video into an hour-long Mercury retrograde video. So Friday's color is white, and I picked some Lemurian quartz. It says practice patience. So there you go for that. All right. So now you've got to remember now over the next 3 weeks, Mercury is going to be retrograde. So miscommunications and decision making and spontaneous things are kind of on the radar, right, for the next 3 weeks. So, but for Saturday, the moon is entering Gemini. So there's going to be a little bit of harmony there to the communication. Gemini are social people. They like to have conversations. They like to have in-depth conversations. They like to have interesting conversations. So that energy is going to be coming through. So there is a little bit of a plus there if you're trying to like balance it out. Mercury's got a little negative and Gemini's got a little plus. So, but the potential for the miscommunications is still there. So just be aware that if you are having a conversation with somebody that is maybe a little, I don't want to say intense, but Gemini like to have like very intellectual conversations. Um, and so there is still the potential there for miscommunications and somebody getting agitated, right? Especially if politics comes up. Um, but anyway, Gemini is very practical. They're very intelligent energy. So that they're very intelligent people. So that energy is going to be coming through for us as well. So it should help balance that out a little bit for us. So Saturday's color is black, and I picked some sodalite. Speak your truth, and really, those two in your pocket for the next 3 weeks, right? Patience and communication. So those are going to be important over the next few weeks. So, all right, so let's finish it up for Sunday. Mercury is connecting to Mars. Told you it was going to be an interesting one. So we have Mercury retrograde, and now we have Mercury connecting to Mars, which is the planet of war. It's not all bad, you know. Everything has its plus and minus, it's good and bad. So Mars, if you are someone, again, so many placements in our charts, right, can be different for everybody. If you are someone who doesn't have a lot of assertiveness, who doesn't tend to be bold, that energy coming through can be great for you. You can use it in very productive ways, getting your point across maybe that you weren't able to before, things like that. if you're someone who, like me, who is already very bold and assertive in her communications, and Mercury's in retrograde and there's potential for miscommunication, it can be very intense for people like me. So really having to keep that in check. But again, like I said, if you are somebody who is not overly assertive or not overly bold, sorry, I got hair on me, this energy could be very helpful for you. So it depends on your placement, depends on, how you are, depends on what your goals are. There's so many different possibilities of what could be going on for you. But again, patience and clear and calm communication. I don't know how many times I wrote that on these pages. Like I wrote it so many times. I'm like, I'm just writing the same thing. But it's true. So again, Sunday is going to be really practicing our patience, clear and calm communication, and calm. So finding our calm. So yeah, that's going to be the key, really. So and Sunday's color is orange. And Sunday's card is blue lace agate that says find your calm. So all of those are going to be very helpful for you in the next week. Even the next, like I said, you could even do all three of these in the next week. Calm, patient communication. So that wraps it up for today. And like I said, I'm going to do my very best to come live Thursday morning, probably around 9-ish. I have to leave for school around 10. So if I give myself about an hour, that should be good. Maybe I'll come just a few minutes before 9. But anyway, so that's going to wrap it up. And I hope something in this video was helpful for you. Please like, comment, tag, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever else it is you're supposed to do. But really, if you did find this helpful and you think somebody else would find it helpful as well, please go ahead and either tag them or share to them, and just say hi. If you'd like, just let me know that you took a look at this and maybe something was positive in it for you. All right, so I hope you have a really good week. And I know this week there's some challenges there, but we can take those challenges now that we know about them and hopefully be able to turn them around and use them in a positive, helpful way for us. So, or at least navigate through them in a way that is going to not be so stressful, maybe. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, remember, be kind. Your kindness is not only going to improve your day, it's going to improve somebody else's day, and it could potentially change someone's life for the better. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Bye.